Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to find out if this company is really flying or just faking it till it makes it. Today we are looking at NUSATRIP Incorporated, and let me tell you, buckle up, this filing has some interesting moves. First off, let's peek at their balance sheet as of June 30, 25. They've got cash and cash equivalents of about $6.9 million. That sounds pretty good, right? Especially when you compare it to their total assets of around $19.2 million. But here's where things get spicy. Their total liabilities are a staggering $20.9 million. That means their liabilities are actually higher than their assets, leaving them with a total deficit of over $3.7 million. And look at those current liabilities, a massive $22.8 million, an increase from $17 million just 6 months prior. What's driving this surge? A huge jump in accounts payable from about $800,000 to over $7.7 million. That's a big change in a short time. Now let's talk about what's actually bringing in the money. Their revenue stream from online advertisement is really taking off. For the 3 months ending June 30th, 2025, they pulled in 500% from zero in the same period last year. For the 6-month period, it's also up significantly. It seems like their online advertising is becoming a major player in their business. Overall revenue is up too. They made close to $1 million in revenue in the 3 months ending June 2025, a big jump from just $173,000 in 2024. For the 6-month period, they brought in $1.2 million compared to $714,000 last year. This is largely thanks to their ticketing and online advertisement sales. They also highlight a big increase in their gross merchandise value with Agoda from $5 million to $170 million, which is a huge leap. They attribute this to working with new suppliers and offering better prices. Now you might expect with all this growth, their marketing costs would go up too. Sales and marketing expenses for the 3 months ending June 2025 were about $54,000 up from $45,000 last year. For the 6-month period, they spent $91,000 down from $97,000 in the prior year. They say the increase for the quarter was partly due to expanding marketing for business-to-business affiliate deals. General and administrative expenses, however, are quite high. For the 6 months ending June 2025, they spent $1.3 million on these costs, up from $1.05 million in the prior year. They point to legal fees and IT costs as the main drivers for this increase. And then there's other income, which has seen a massive spike. For the 3 months ending June 2025, net other income jumped to $522,000 last year. For the 6-month period, it's up to $604,000 from just $2,500. They explain this big jump is mainly due to adjustments for unredeemed refunds and vouchers from airline ticket cancellations that have been outstanding for years. It's almost like finding lost money. All this activity has turned their losses into profits. They posted a net profit of $997,000 for the 3 months ending June 2025, a dramatic improvement from a loss of $430,000 improvement from a loss of $436,000 a year earlier. For the 6-month period, they reported a profit of $457,000, reversing a loss of $447,000. Reversing a loss of $447,000, 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 reversing a loss of $447,000. Reversing a loss of $447,000, reversing a loss of $444,000 in the previous year. But let's look at the cash. For the 6 months ending June 2025, their operating activities used up over $1.5 million in cash. This is a bigger cash drain than the $31,500 they used up in the same period last year. Despite making a profit on paper, their actual operations are costing them cash. This is reflected in their cash balance, which actually decreased by about $13,000 for the 6 months ending June 2025. They started the year with almost $7 million in cash, but ended the 6-month period with a little over $6.9 million. Now, when we talk about related parties, this is where things get really interesting. They owe a lot of money to their parent company, Society Pass Incorporated, and other related companies. For example, they owe over $1 million to Society Pass and over $2 million to Sogpar Technology Pta Limited. These are significant amounts, and it's worth noting these are unsecured, non-interest bearing, and with no fixed repayment terms. Remember those big customers we talked about? For that 3-month period ending June 2025, they had 3 major customers making up almost 80% of their revenue. If even one of these customers leaves, it could really hurt them. And looking ahead to August 2025, they completed an initial public offering, raising a significant $15 million. This should help ease some of their cash flow concerns. So what's my take on NUSATRIP Incorporated? They are clearly growing. Revenue is up significantly, especially from online advertising and ticketing. They've also managed to turn losses into profits, which is always a good sign. However, their cash flow from operations is still negative, and they have substantial amounts due to related parties, which is definitely something to watch. That massive increase in accounts payable also raises a flag. The heavy reliance on a few key customers is another major risk. But that IPO in August 2025 should provide a much needed cash injection. NUSATRIP seems to be in a high growth phase. They are expanding their services and seeing good traction in key markets. The big question will be whether they can manage their expenses, especially general and administrative costs, and convert that growing revenue into positive cash flow from operations. The company direction seems to be towards aggressive growth, but they need to be careful about how they manage their finances to sustain it. Alright, that's our breakdown of NUSATRIP's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.